The following 3 things could change how we use tactics in Football Manager 2024. In this video, we'll explore each of them to get an idea of how they may influence the tactical part of the game. As positional play becomes more and more relevant in real-life football, the game creators invested time in understanding and integrating it in the game. Positional play is a playing style that sees players take up positions on the pitch that help their side to create numerical advantages with passing triangles and diamonds. If this will work as intended in Football Manager 2024, it will add a whole new dynamic to any tactic, not just Pep Guardiola's one. What FM24 will deliver on this front is more player rotation. Based on their role and those you've included around them, the players will be able to move into another position while the team is in possession. As per the example given by Sports Interactive, in a 4-2-3-1 tactic, the advanced playmaker will recognize the movement of the segundo volante. This means that the advanced playmaker would move across to open a channel for the segundo volante to move into. This is a massive change, as it could make the tactics feel more fluid. Let's take, for example, the 3-2-4-1 tactic that Pep Guardiola employs this season. The tactic has 2 attacking midfielders, 2 inverted wingers and 1 striker up front. If the player rotation works as intended, the attacking midfielders should link better with the inverted wingers and create or give them space when needed. And in the same way, the striker should be able to move across and open a channel for the attacking midfielders. One of the highlights of the tactical front is also the addition of the inverted fullback. This could prove to be a massive change, as it would mean that you could create a 4 defenders tactic and tell one of your fullbacks to tuck in when in possession. When the wingback would push up the field, the inverted fullback should come in and become a 3rd central defender. This is how Kyle Walker usually plays for Manchester City. Another change brought by positional play is the libero role. Of course, this is an existing role in FM, but it has been revamped to emulate the real-world playing style. The role will be available in a back 4 or a back 3 formation and is intended to move up into defensive midfield. The midfield players will move also to accommodate the libero on their line. And the central defenders were changed in such a way in which they adapt to the libero stepping out of their line. The movement intended to be emulated by this change is the John Stones one for Manchester City. The match engine was revamped as well to present more realistic player movement. Looking at the videos provided by SI, it feels like the game is not as rigid as FM23 is. The players seem to communicate better between themselves and their movement looks to be in accordance to the moment of play. These are subtle changes and may not be picked up right away. I am very curious about how this would actually look and feel once the game is playable, and you should too. But until then, make sure you have it all figured out for your first save.